Energy Simulator has long had the ability to run daylighting simulations, but now external shading from objects outside the building, such as neighboring buildings, can be included in the simulation. Note that you do need to install Radiance, a free software download, in order to run the daylighting simulations. So I have here an energy model of a 3-story office building. I'm going to start by simply running the daylighting simulation for the second floor office spaces. I'll go to the Calculations tab and then select the daylight icon, and the daylighting dialog opens. I'll first select the 2 rooms I want to simulate. I'll give the report a name. I'm going to use the date and time to make it easy to identify, as I will probably want to run a number of these at different times of the day and year. Note that I have selected a date and time in the dialog. The report will show the light levels throughout the space based on grid spacing on 1/2 meter and a working surface of 850 millimeters. This, of course, could be customized. I can select the type of sky. I will go with sunny with sun. Note in this simulation, I will not include external shading. The report will also generate rendered views of the space if I enable them and create the views. So I will add 2 views, one on the south side of the office floor and one on the north side. I simply select the Add button, select the room where I want the view, accept, and then place 2 points defining the camera and the direction. So that is the first one. Now I will add one more. Note that the views can be edited. For instance, I would like to move my camera up to what would be eye height on this floor, so I will change the Z value of both the viewpoint and the view target. I can also toggle on the viewpoints in the model. So now I am ready to run the report. I will just select Start. When the simulation finishes, a report will open and you will have those point results. It's a table of values showing the light levels on the working surface throughout the space. There are also room views showing an ambient occlusion rendering of each space. Note the difference between the south-facing office that has abundant direct sunlight and the north-facing side that has much more diffuse lighting. Okay, so what happens to the daylighting if we consider the surrounding buildings? I'm going to close the dialog and go to the Shading tab. Here, there are some simple solid modeling tools for building objects that might create shading or block sunlight to the building. I'm simply going to extrude the footprints of several buildings adjacent to my site. Once the solids are built, I need to turn them into a shading object. So I select the Create Shading icon and select each of the solid shapes. Note in the project tree that they are designated as shading objects. Okay, so now we'll go back to the Calculations tab and run another daylight simulation. I will run the exact same simulation, except this time I will add the external shading. So I will use the same name, just add, for instance, shading to the end. And then make sure I have toggled on Include External Shading. I can use the same views and then start the simulation. Now note the light levels in this report. They are much lower than in the previous report. And look at the room view on the south side of the building. Almost all the direct sunlight has been blocked by the taller building across the street. We can actually open both reports and make a comparison. We can also view a contour view of each of our views. So that's really quite a difference. So you can see why it is really important to include those external factors when you're doing that daylight simulation.
If you found this video helpful, please give it a like. If you want to see more such series, consider subscribing to our channel. Thank you, and see you next time.